And I'm going to get going. So, Hello, I'm Mike. Welcome to the Wandering Minds podcast. Today, our special guest is Decker Tovey.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Welcome. I'm really glad that you're here too, because I got a lot to talk about you because you're young. How old are you?
I'm 23.
23. Yeah. See, you're 23, and you are a lot like, and I'm not trying to compare you to Rhett, but it's in a good way. You guys are young and hungry.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what I really, really respect about your age bracket and your mentality.
Yeah.
Is you're young, you're hungry, you're going for your fucking goals. Not only are you going your goals, you're capturing your goals. Yeah. You're capturing them. Yeah. So let's go through the cigar light up real quick so that we can get it. So, like I was just saying, an expensive cigar isn't necessary.
Yeah.
It's not necessary. People want expensive cigars because they're fucking expensive cigars. They like the idea of, okay, this is an expensive cigar, so this shows that I'm better than everyone else.
It's like status.
Status.
And it's kind of like social communication.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
You know, the Versace bags and the Gucci clothes.
Absolutely.
It's like the cigars have their own place.
Yep. And don't get me wrong, expensive cigars are dope.
Oh, yeah.
But so are fucking cheap ones too.
Yeah.
Especially when I can get 3 times the fucking cigars for the same price.
Yeah.
There you go. You can light that bad boy up.
How do you use this?
So just pull the trigger down. Watch your finger. There you go.
Okay.
Torch.
This isn't no Bic lighter.
No. And that's the thing is cigar smokers are going to use matches, or generally speaking, they're going to use torches. Nice.
That's nice.
Yes, sir. Yeah, just put it down. It's fine. This box, my buddy Mike made this for me. This humidor, fucking beautiful. He literally made it from scratch. Took him. I don't know how long it took him, but it took him a while because everything is handcrafted.
It's beautiful.
Absolutely everything.
And you've been doing. Have you been making those signs yourself?
Yeah.
Those are awesome.
Thank you.
Because you do the little blow torch.
Yeah. Well, you know, I did my doors. You've seen my office, right? My shop office.
I've never been inside.
Okay.
I've seen like the outsides and the
insides. And probably the pictures and stuff. So
I'm jealous.
Yeah, thank you. Don't be, because you're gonna
jealous
be.
Of this,
you're gonna don't be jealous. Just use it as motivation because you're gonna be beyond me very soon. And that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about. When did you know what you wanted to do? And actually, for everybody who doesn't know who you are, if you want social media, tag. Where can people reach you if you want followers? If you don't know Biggie,
just my name on Instagram, Decker Tovey. I don't really post.
Spell that. Okay.
DeckerTovey.
That's your Instagram.
That's my Instagram.
Okay.
Follow A1 Pro Wash on Instagram. That's my family's pressure washing business.
I see a truck right down the road.
Exactly. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
They're taking over.
They are. Hopefully, yeah.
But you also follow my newsletter, Substack.
Yes. And I wanted to get into that. First, what part in your life, whatever age it was, because you're going to be a chiropractor, correct?
I'm going to be a chiropractor.
When did you decide that?
So, relatively recently.
Okay.
So I started off graduated from Thurston in 2017.
Okay.
Went straight to OSU, was there for 4.5 years. You know, I was...
In what degree?
Biohealth science is my major. Chemistry is my minor.
Nice.
So it's just a Bachelor of Science.
Okay.
Pre-med.
Yeah.
And so I go to OSU, and I start off, I'm just not a very good student. I was just like so used to high school where I could just show up and just pass everything. Everything was easy.
Yep.
So I go to OSU. I find myself on academic probation.
Pull that mic just a little closer, if you will. No, it's good. You can actually like that way.
Okay. Is that better?
Yeah, way better. Yeah.
Okay, my fault.
The fans want to hear you.
So I was on academic probation.
You can relight it.
Yeah. Academic probation. Just to me, I was like, I'm not gonna get all A's in college. Like, I'm not too stressed out.
Yep.
You know, I'm just gonna try to get by. Didn't really know what I wanted to do. I was going to be a PA at first, physician's assistant, and it's not really what I wanted to do. I just wasn't passionate about anything quite yet.
Yeah. Well, you're young. You were young.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things, and I don't mean to interrupt you, but one of the things that I think gets a lot of people at a young age is they have to figure it out, or they think they have to figure it out.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's parental influence or what, there's too much pressure on young minds to figure that shit out.
Exactly. So, geez, it's been a long time. One summer I was just at home, and I was like, I need to get some experience somewhere, just like anywhere, even if it's not a PA. So I have an uncle that lives in Grants Pass, and he's a chiropractic neurologist. He's top notch.
Nice.
So I just like didn't even want to be a chiropractor. I got gone to the chiropractor like in high school.
Yeah.
But like to me, I just like had never had the confidence or belief that I could be a doctor of chiropractic.
Yeah.
So I texted him. I was like, can I come like shadow you for a day or two? You know, I just want all the knowledge I can possibly get. And, you know, just seeing the way he interacted with patients and like what he was telling me, like educating me and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it was so good to be under his wing. And he just was like asking me, he's like, so why do you want to be a PA? And I'm like, my dad said it was be a good job, you know, it's not as much work as just being the full physician. He's like, well, he's like, do you want to be a number 2 your whole life, or do you want to be a number 1? And I was like, I don't really want to be a number 2. I want to be a number 1. So he's like, well, then you should be a full doctor. I'm like, okay, man, maybe I'll do that. And then he's like, but if you're going to be a doctor, I think you should be a chiropractor. And like, honestly, from that moment forward, like, I just had the confidence. Like, I was like, I didn't even know I could do that.
Yeah.
You know? Also, like, my backup plan, having a backup plan is what really gave me the confidence to, like, really chase my goals.
Yeah.
My backup plan, if, like, everything were to hit the fan, like, I would just come home and take over my family pressure washing business, and I would probably turn it into, like,
yeah,
you know, a lot better than what we're doing, even though we're still breaking records every year.
Yeah.
So,
but you had the vision that if that was your backup plan, you were gonna make it fucking blow up.
yeah.
Which is the mentality I think that everybody should have. It's like go big or fucking don't go at all.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's it's interesting to me because it just happened upon you. It seemed like just the idea of being a chiropractor, just like, okay, well, let's fucking do it.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but like pretty much like after that trip,
you were locked in.
I was locked in. Like, I was like, I gotta really grind in school because like I've been a bad student, you know. And at that point, I was like, I need to learn for my career.
Yeah.
Not just to learn to pass the
Well,
class.
and that's the difference between being a bad student and now a more productive student is because now you had a goal.
Yeah.
Because before you didn't have a goal, so you were like, "Fuck it," right?
Yeah.
So that makes sense. I think that's what a lot of people. I always suggest to people at least take a business course. If you're gonna take any type of thing, especially if your mentality was, okay, I'm gonna take over my pressure washing business, the family business, at least get some sort of business knowledge. But okay, so moving forward, where are you at right now?
So
Because you've moved out of state.
I moved out of state.
Okay, where are you at?
I'm in Dallas, Texas.
Okay, how's that?
It wasn't-
Different.
I moved like 3 weeks before I started school.
Okay.
So that was fun. It was like, hey, just have my own place, do whatever I want. nothing to do. School starts, first couple weeks are just kind of tough. It's just like, I don't really know anybody.
Yeah.
I'm kind of an introvert. It's hot as hell.
Yeah.
And like, I like to be outside, but it's so hot that I don't want to go outside.
Yeah.
So, but eventually I met a couple friends. You know, everyone there has like the same goals.
Yep.
They have a super nice gym. Like, it's really nice.
Nice.
No one ever deadlifts or squats. So makes me miss home a little bit.
You're cleaning house there then, right?
Yeah. Got like one really good friend.
Cool.
And we just study all the time,
Yeah.
work out, goof off.
Is he doing the same thing as
same
you?
program,
Okay.
same class. So
Same goals, chiropractor?
Yeah,
Is
like,
that, so this is specific.
It really lines up really well for
Okay,
us.
cool. So when do you graduate?
So I just finished my first term.
Okay.
And they're 15-week terms. So it's a 10-week or 10-term program.
Gotcha.
So I'll be
okay.
there. It's like 3.3 years total.
Yeah.
I got 3 years.
That's not horrible. Are you interning or shadowing at the same time? Are you getting paid to do that or not, or what?
You could be.
Yeah.
They encourage students to not really have a job the first term.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because I
I don't technically need any other assistant or like clinics or
Yep.
shadows.
Yep.
I've shadowed my uncle like once.
Mhm.
It's really not enough. It wasn't like official.
Yep.
But my last 3 terms of the chiropractic program are just going to be strictly clinicals.
Yeah.
So it's just
Yep.
like 1 full year of doing clinics.
Gotcha.
So-
Gotcha. So, and that's roughly 2.5, 3 years down the road. Right now, so tell me, I want to get into investing, but I also want to talk about it's a blog, right? Or is it a vlog? It's not a blog, it's a blog.
It's just like a mixture of things. But
Okay.
it's called Substack. It's basically just a newsletter.
Newsletter, yeah.
You can put podcasts on it. You can put a video, pictures, whatever.
Cool. So what prompted that?
I was bored as hell.
Yeah? Yeah.
But like
No, I like them. I like them because I have read them. I do read them.
I
So
know. Thank you for the likes.
yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely. You want to tell the people where they can get to your?
Let's talk about it first.
Let's talk about it. Go ahead.
I don't want to
Tell me about it.
So
Yeah.
I've never liked to write. Like in high school, like my dad would write my papers for me.
Mhm.
My girlfriend would write my papers, and I would have the ideas. I was just never
Yeah.
good at stringing words together. And-
Yeah.
But a lot of the people I follow for like crypto, finance, they all have Substacks. It's like I follow them, and it's like I never really like thought about it. And then one day I was like, maybe I should just do like a newsletter. I do something like just write something. Cause I'm bored. I need something else, like working out.
Yeah.
Can't really go outside.
Keep your mind stimulated.
Yeah, and it's good because like one, hopefully like people are learning something. I'm trying to be like as real as possible.
Yeah.
Be vulnerable. Just kind of put myself out there, and then also like help with the macroeconomics and
Yep.
stuff. But yeah, so one day I was like talking to my buddy Jacob, the kid who used to work out with me
Mm-hmm.
at Forever Strong, and I was like, dude, should I do a newsletter? And he's like, yeah, you should. And then like I just didn't even know what to think of it, so it's like just like week by week, I'm just like slowly trying to like get better and better. And
Yeah.
put out something good.
Yeah, that's good. So, are you gonna? Is it just a broad topic base, or are you gonna dial it into specifics, or what?
Yeah. So right now, my logo or my quote is just health, finance, and vibes.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
just basic.
Nothing wrong with that.
That's normally what I talk about because like that's what I'm most comfortable with.
Yeah.
Like health. I'm gonna be a doctor, so like I had one post where I was talking about like neuroscience and like
Mhm.
dementia and stuff, and
Yeah.
So I try to make it as simple as possible.
Yeah. Well, it has to be in layman's terms.
Yeah.
A lot of times, it drives me fucking nuts because it doesn't matter how intelligent you are. If you're really a smart person and a really intelligent person, I want to say that the opposite way. It doesn't matter how smart you are. If you're intelligent, you're going to be able to talk to people on every aspect of the spectrum.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But if I have to get a fucking, a thesaurus and a dictionary and a fucking nursing terminology book, you fucking lost me.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that fucking all the ligaments and joints and muscle tissue. Who fucking cares about that?
Yeah.
Tell me in layman's terms. Yeah,
Exactly,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
It's not to say that there's nothing wrong with that, because some people need to understand what tissue is affecting the blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
But basically it's like, okay, your fucking trap is affecting your lat type of thing, rather than all the little medical terminology bullshit.
Yeah.
So layman's terms is always better than medical terminology, in my opinion.
I agree.
So that's good. You want to make it simple, because simple, and not to say that everybody's simple-minded, but people want something that's easy to read.
I agree.
What is it? How can people get to it?
To the Substack.
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking about this. Either way, you can just go to Substack or like download the app,
Yep.
look up Tovey's Bulletin, and subscribe yourself.
Mhm.
You can message Mike; he can forward it to me, or you can just message me directly, and I can just add you myself.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's good. Now let's get into a little bit on crypto and investing and all that. What the fuck is going on in the world right now in crypto?
So I knew you were going to talk about that.
Yeah.
And I just knew if we get to this point, we're never going to stop.
Okay.
So, just from like a macro standpoint, it's just not looking great. Inflation's killing.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really paid attention. Being home, it's been great for me just
Because it's out of sight, out of mind, right? No stress.
School, I'm not paying attention to crypto.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always paying attention, but I'm just laid back a little bit. But
I know Rhett lost a ton of money.
Sorry, Rhett, but you're just not the best investor. But I'll get back to Rhett in a minute. So the macro econ isn't looking that great. So like I always just look at like the DXY, which is like, you know what the DXY is by chance? I'll explain it anyways.
Explain it.
So it's basically just like the strength of the U.S. dollar compared to like a basket of currencies, like the euro, Swiss franc, the Chinese yen, and like stuff like that. And so
would those be the main ones, or
it's just like the biggest
general
economies?
Okay,
you know? So U.S. dollar has been like going up. Oh, everyone's like, oh, the U.S. dollar is strong, but it's really not, because the euro is just completely collapsing. Like the euro. So then I look at like the euro versus the U.S. dollar. The euro versus the U.S. dollar dropped below $1 for the first time ever. Pretty recently.
Yeah.
I look at like barrels, oil, average gasoline, gold, silver, Bitcoin, S&P, NASDAQ. So but it's just like we're in a downtrend until further notice.
Until further notice, yeah.
But I guess if it's advice, then I would just say like you just have to kind of play it slow, just kind of slowly averaging, because there's never going to be a good time just to perfectly buy it.
Yeah, yeah. So would you recommend that like people just not look at it, or what?
Not financial advice, but if you buy Ethereum and you just keep buying Ethereum and Bitcoin, you're going to be all right.
Yeah. Okay.
Give yourself 10 years.
10 years, yeah. Yeah. Well, and that's what I hear. And it's like that. That's just how inflation works, right? I mean, we're going to have ups and downs and ebbs and flows. And
inflation's never going to go away until we make Bitcoin the reserve currency of the world.
That's a good point. But why?
Why?
Yeah, I mean, because...
Why Bitcoin or why?
Yeah, I mean, why that type of currency? I know, I think I know why, but I want to understand for people who don't even trust, okay, the dollar is the dollar. We need to stick with this paper money.
Why would we need to stick with it?
I don't think we do. I think it's just recycled paper is all it is. It's nothing. There's no value.
I can't say that like Bitcoin is the answer.
Yeah, but it's evolving.
Something that deals with blockchain technology is going to be the future of. Well, it's going to be the future of everything.
Yeah.
Every asset in the world, every credential you own, health records, diplomas, it's all going to be on blockchain.
And it's safe and secure.
It is cryptographically proven who has what assets at any given time, and anyone who has access to the internet in the world can be on this monetary network.
Yeah.
So Bitcoin, there's a cap supply. There will never be more than 21 million Bitcoins. One Bitcoin can be split up into 10 millionth pieces. So I could send you 0.000001 Bitcoin. You can't do that with gold. I can't give you a flake of gold and say, oh, here's $5.
Yeah.
It's transparent. It's open source. It's automatically updated. Like, the Fed is out here just printing a bunch of money.
Yeah. And that's what makes it dangerous to the Fed, right? I mean, or that's why they don't want that. Because they want all the money.
I mean,
and the power.
I think it's all about the power, all about control.
Yep.
All about the population's dependence.
Mm-hmm.
I think. So I think, and they're already talking about it, and like, I think it's Russia or China, or both. They both have central bank digital currencies, which is just like, just imagine our system now.
Yeah.
Just like your credit card or whatever, you go and you pay, but you never see the money. But it's, like the Fed's no longer involved. It's like just the government.
Yeah.
So like, if you were caught speeding, then they could, like restrict your account. So now you can't go certain places.
Yeah.
You can't buy certain food.
That seems to be where they're leading us.
And that's what I said. I talked about that in my bulletin a couple weeks back.
Yeah. Talk about it a little bit more.
So, just imagine like you're not being, like, it's also tied in with like surveillance.
Yeah.
Exactly. So.
Yep.
Imagine like you're just not being productive, and you're like, oh, I just don't want to like work out today. I just want to like play video games or do something like that. And they're like, well, now you can't go out to any bars. You can't, your ID won't work. You can't scan in. Your card won't. You can't spend money. You can only go to the gym, to work, or to get gas.
Because that's what your budget is. Have you seen that Justin Timberlake movie? It was probably, I want to say it was 6 to 10 years ago. I don't even know. But it's where they have to buy time to live. It's like that's the currency is life. And they have like a little scanning.
You know what's funny? I have never seen it, but it popped up like as a reel on Facebook.
Really?
So I was like, I don't even never even seen this before. But
Yeah.
now that you mention it, I should watch it.
So you should, because it's essentially that same fucking concept, where if you have to use your life is like digitally printed on your hand or whatever, wherever it's at, and you pay for things.
Yeah.
And as soon as you run out, you're dead. You literally die.
The reel I was watching, he was like getting a coffee or something, and then the waitress comes up and he's like, he gave her a tip.
Yeah.
But it was like tip of his life.
Yeah.
You know, he was giving her days or months or weeks.
Exactly. And that's in a weird way, it's kind of like that what you're talking about, that they would have that kind of control over the population.
Exactly. And I'm kind of a firm believer in predictive programming. So like what you're seeing in the news every day, what you're seeing in these kids' TV shows, adult TV shows. I don't know if you've ever seen Black Mirror.
Yeah.
I don't really like that. Like I like it, it's interesting, but like when you're watching it, you're just like, wow, that's like literally our future right there. Like chips in the back of your neck. Or I mean, that's like what Elon Musk is doing.
Yeah.
So just like all this technology you're watching, you're like, wow, that's crazy. And then you're like, wow, like that's probably gonna be in our future. Like
well,
next
and
20 years.
that's where the conspiracy theorists are actually the truth tellers when you really consider how things have the trends have sped up.
Yeah. Yeah, and COVID definitely just pushed everything like hyperspeed.
Yeah.
So
well, and that's the thing is like they fear and all that fear mongering that they've done. Now everybody's afraid to even question anything.
And everyone's so defensive.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I already know. Over everything.
Yeah, not
over
just
everything.
COVID just and so like I take pride in literally just like I'm always middle ground.
Yeah.
Like I would never consider myself left or right.
Yeah.
Red or blue.
Well, and that's the thing is if a logical person, that's how they think. They don't necessarily. I personally don't believe in like voting for a party.
I've never voted.
You haven't? Just don't believe it. Yeah.
But it's like.
Well, I don't think it really matters. I don't think our votes fucking matter anyways.
Especially in Oregon.
Yeah.
It's
right.
like we're not changing anything. Really.
No. Well, that's like the predictive programming that you were talking about. It's like they're gonna fucking whoever has the most money in the pot is gonna take it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Is gonna win.
And so, again, this is kind of where I think blockchain should come in, because it's verified. That Mike Shell voted for the Libertarian Party.
Yeah.
So like you can see every single person, every single address is voting for this, and there's no way of, I don't know what happened with the votes. I don't, but it would be 100% proven. There's no, no mucky water.
Yep. Yeah. Which is, I mean, that's who wouldn't want that, except for the people in control.
Exactly. And so it's like, I don't even know. There's so much you could do with it. It's just like for like NFTs is basically what I'm talking about. Like when I'm talking about voting records, health records, diplomas, trading cards, tickets to your football game, like all that, your car history. So every time a car comes into high pride detail, gets detailed, it could get signed off on the blockchain that says this car was detailed,
by so and so,
by
from so and so.
So if someone were ever go sell that car, it'd be like, here's the entire history.
Yeah, like a Carfax, so to speak. Yeah.
But
so is that when you do have your own practice, which I'm assuming that's obviously the goal?
Yeah.
Is that going to be a form of payment for you?
I would love it to be.
Yeah.
I don't know. In 5 years, I don't know how. I mean, I would take it right now. If I had my own practice, if someone offered it to me, people probably aren't going to in the next 5 years.
Do you think it's because not enough people are doing it, or what?
If they were smart, they wouldn't ever pay with it.
Yeah.
It's like you need it just because you don't have to have the dollar.
Yeah.
It's like my goal is like I don't ever really want to ever sell it for dollars, but obviously like every trade you make should be a goal to accumulate more.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, but then again, like I told my parents like I want to like build my portfolio up and just be able to pay off as much school as I possibly can.
Yeah.
Maybe put some money on a new car or something.
Yeah. Well, and that's the reality is you're not financially successful unless you're debt free.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Which is hard to be in this day and age.
Especially someone who went to OSU for 4.5 years.
Right.
Now I'm in med school.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty broke right now.
So is everybody.
So is everybody.
I mean, there's nothing to be ashamed of with that because, A, you're young.
Yeah.
You're not meant to be rich right now. But, you got all these, you see on the Instagrams and stuff, you got all these young billionaires. Come on, man.
Yeah.
They're probably not billionaires. And if they were, their parents were probably millionaires. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So everybody's fucking broke right now.
Yeah.
Everybody's broke.
But I'm actually kind of looking forward to it because, like, I've always had decent money, like, for myself, generous family.
Yeah.
Well, gets great support system. But now it's like I live on my own. I
Real
really
shit.
I really got to hit my budget a little bit better.
Yep.
I can't take any of this for granted.
Yeah. Well, and that's yeah. I mean, that's life. That's the reality of how we fucking live, how we roll. Is you just have to fucking do it. Relying on other people just makes you dependent, not independent.
Yeah.
And now you know that.
Yeah.
So, but there's nothing wrong with that because you're fucking young. It's not like you're 40 years old living at your mom's house. Right?
I don't know, Mom. Save that room for me.
Yeah.
Who knows?
So what were you going to say about Rhett?
Okay, good. So,
Okay, good.
no, I got a lot of good stuff to say about Rhett, actually. So, I've known Rhett since, like, middle school. And if you know Rhett, like, you 100% can tell, like, you can say that, like, Rhett is 100% self-made. Like, I've seen this kid, I need to do this again. I've seen this kid clean so many pairs of shoes for, like, $10 a pop. He's a hustler. He took me under his wing a little bit.
Yep.
When I didn't have my license, he would drive me around a little bit.
Yep.
So his whole brand is like
him.
It's just him.
Yeah.
Like he's goofy, but he's so generous.
Yeah.
He's such a good guy.
See, you and I know that about him, and I don't even know him as much as you do. Yeah. Well, and that's the problem is they don't allow themselves to know. A lot of people are turned off by Rhett for whatever fucking reason. They look at him and maybe he comes across as cocky. I see him as goofy.
Sometimes
I don't see it as cocky. I see him as goofy. You know what I mean? But the moment I met Rhett, and I have mad respect and love for Rhett, I knew he was that. I knew he was that fucking... I told somebody, I'm like, that's a future millionaire right there.
I believe it.
Guaranteed. And that's what I love about that type of minded person, especially so young, because they're not letting shit get in their way.
Yeah.
So many people choose the party, and it's like, life is not about the party.
Yeah.
There's so much more to life, and if you want to be stable and successful, you already know.
Yeah.
You got to choose that.
Exactly. And, like, I don't really go out too much. I'm not trying to say that. No. But, like, because every time, like, in my mind, I'm like, that's an investment. Like, I could be spending money on. So, like, during COVID, like, it was good because I wasn't going anywhere. I was just building a portfolio.
Yeah.
And, like, in November when the market was perfect, I was looking nice. But back to Rhett, like, he's in Vegas right now, just random, he's letting me borrow his Tesla, drive it around.
Yeah.
I charged it up this morning. He, I got him into some NFTs for a certain project, and they kind of rewarded the people who are previous holders. And so Rhett's gotten some pretty good amount of money because he's kind of been up and down selling, so he can use money for his house.
Yeah.
But NFTs, they kind of just keep rewarding him, and like one day he just like sent me one of his NFTs, and this is probably like a $1,200 to $1,500 NFT.
Wow.
And then one day, Rhett was like doing online gambling. Like that's the most Rhett thing ever, It's like Wednesday at 9 a.m. He's online playing blackjack for more money than my net worth.
Yeah.
But he I guess he hit it really big, and he was like texting me, and he was like being weird. I was like, he's like, dude, like, what crypto should I buy right now? And I was like, man, it's not really a great time to buy it, but I'd probably do this one. He's like, okay, check your wallet address. I was like, okay. And then he just sent me like one full Ethereum, on top of the NFT.
Which is what value? I don't know.
At the time, it was like $1,500.
Wow, that's
so. I was just like,
that's a true one. That's a true one, bro.
Like, I've never even thought about someone doing that for me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's just Rhett, like, so I'm glad he's on my team. Like,
Yeah.
and like, I'll probably never tell Rhett this, but I really do look up to him. Like,
Yeah.
cause like,
I look up to him, and he's fucking half my age.
yeah, like seeing like him just going project to project at the Tesla, it gives me something to like. I want to beat his ass.
Yeah. It's a goal.
But like, I want us both to succeed.
It's a respectful goal. There's nothing wrong with that.
And it's good that he's older.
Yeah. Yeah. How much older is he?
He's just 1 year.
Yeah.
So, like,
he's
no
way
jealousy,
fucking older. So
no jealousy. It's just like I want that too. So.
Yeah. Well, and that's where it's like, it's not that you want it, you're gonna get it. You already know you're gonna get it. You having a hard time with that cigar? What? How is that? How's that tasting?
I just keep forgetting, to be honest.
You gotta give it a couple good drags, and it'll stay lit. It may be hard to go through too if the opening's not as big as you're used to.
I'm a novice.
That's all right.
The cheap cigars aren't quite like this one.
That actually is a really good one too.
Dude, it just looks nice. Feels nice.
Yeah, it's beautiful, and I love cigars, but like I said earlier, it's like, for me, it's not even about there's certain brands that I really like, but like I get a lot of my cigars on Cigars International, which is an online thing. I would love to buy local, but there's like one shop here that
Good ones.
they have good ones, but they're limited. They don't have a huge variety. So I get online, and the good thing about that is you could buy in bulk, and you get just a massive amount of really inexpensive cigars, and then you can test out shit that you've never tried before. So that's fucking beautiful for me. It's my nephew Sheezy.
I had a
Guilty
question.
love.
How many kids do you have? 2?
I have 3.
3. Okay,
Yeah.
I was like torn. I don't know if it's 2 or 3.
Well, I have 2 daughters. I have a son that's about your age.
Okay.
But I have no relationship with him. Actually, we were just talking about this yesterday on podcast. But yeah, so I have 3.
Okay.
Yep.
And one of them's Aaliyah.
Aaliyah. Yep.
And
She's my eldest.
Is she Savannah's age, or how close is she to?
They're I want to say they're the fucking same age. Maybe they're 1 year apart. I think. Maybe they're the same age. God damn it. Now I feel bad because Aaliyah's 18, and how old's Savannah? Is she 18 or 19?
She's rather 20 or almost 20.
Okay,
She's
so
like-
Savannah's, if anything, Savannah's only about a year older than Aaliyah.
Yeah, and like I've grown up with the Sharmas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Doing at Sierra's birthday party at what's the Rolling Skate World?
Oh,
Way back in the day.
Yeah.
And like Savannah was just at my house. She watches my nephew.
yeah.
So
And she's really close with your sister. They're best friends,
Best
right?
friends with Lily. So
Yeah.
I'm saying, but she's always at my house.
Yeah. Now, who's your youngest? You have a younger sister,
I
right?
have a lot of siblings.
Okay, so what's the girl's name that goes to the gym, that goes to FS?
So that's Bailey. I'm guessing.
Bailey. She's a fucking beast, bro.
Dude.
God damn, she's fucking strong.
4-sport athlete.
Yeah.
She's gonna have more letters. Like I didn't have that many letters, but she's like going to state for track and field, like shot or whatever.
Yeah.
Softball, she just crushes dingers. Volleyball, she spikes on people's heads. Basketball, she's like the point guard.
Yeah.
She's big, but she's a point guard.
Yeah.
She's only gonna be a junior.
And powerlifting.
Powerlifting. She has a meet this Saturday.
Yeah.
This Saturday.
Yeah.
Are you
I'll
going
be
out?
there. I'm not competing, but I'll be there.
She's a stud.
You're gonna miss it though, right? Because you're leaving Friday.
I'll leave Friday.
Oh, that sucks. Because she's fucking. She's one of those young females that I fucking really admire, because you just see the hard work and the work ethic. It's a beautiful fucking thing.
Yeah.
How many siblings do you have though?
So I'll break it down.
Okay.
So I have divorced parents.
Mm.
So I have my dad and my mom. They had the 3 original. I have my older brother. He lives in Texas.
Okay.
Like an hour away from me.
Yep.
Me, and then Lily.
Okay.
So Lily's almost 21. And then my dad and my stepmom
Mhm.
had Bailey, and Peyton's in 8th grade.
Okay.
Braxton also works out at Forever Strong. I don't know if you've ever seen him.
I don't know. Maybe.
He does like personal training with Austin. Shout out Austin. You're trash at fantasy football. And then on my mom and my stepdad's side, I have just one sister, Rainey, and she's gonna be a senior. And she's
Is she
absolute stud.
around here?
Yeah.
Okay, so most of them are around here,
They're
right?
all around here except
All-
for my older brother
okay.
who's in Texas with
Yeah.
me, I guess. So,
Okay, cool.
but yeah, I'll give a shout out to Rainey because she's just a stud too.
Yeah.
Just
I mean, all your siblings
they're
are.
all
I guarantee all of them are.
I mean, they're not quite up to me yet.
No, of course not.
No,
of course
they're,
not.
They're way surpassed.
Are you the eldest? No, you got one older brother.
Yeah.
Okay, and he's the one in Texas. My bad.
Yeah, but Rainey's soccer player, track and field.
Yep.
And she rides horses.
Cool.
She has a lot of fun. And,
Oh yeah.
But it's cool because like her and Bailey, different parents, but like they're like such good friends.
Good.
So that's always been awesome.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Now Lily, she does some jewelry stuff, right?
She does whatever she wants to do.
Yeah.
She's just having a good time out there, hanging with her friends.
She's a great kid. She's a super sweet girl.
Yeah. If anyone breaks her heart, I'll have to fight them.
Yeah. Sure. For real.
I've had to threat a couple people.
Yeah, I bet.
Not really, but but like my sister Rainey, she has a boyfriend. And if you're listening to this, brother, you better watch out.
You know what's up.
Give him a couple stare downs.
Yep. That's all it takes sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Well, and that's the difficulty about having so many nieces, because there's Sierra, Savannah. I have my nieces on my side, and it's like, God, you want to protect them all, but at the same time, it's like, what can you fucking do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know. It's like you can only put people in the right kind of direction,
yeah,
right path. But
yep. And they got to learn sometimes the hard way.
So
that's the unfortunate thing. Luckily, Aaliyah has a great boyfriend.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I absolutely love Jonah like my own son.
Yeah.
They've been together for a couple years now. They actually lived here with me, both of them. He did also, and I thought that was
They're both out now?
Yeah. They're out. They moved out a couple months ago.
Just around here?
Right down the road, like literally 2.5 minutes away, across from Fred Meyer, actually.
Perfect,
somewhere over there. Yeah, so it works out really good. But that's what you hope for, is you really want, like, your younger or your sisters in general and your brother to meet the right people that are going to help them grow in the right direction.
And like it's kind of weird. Like as soon as I got home, and my brother's been kind of having trouble with his lady.
Yeah.
I kind of doing like a little distance relationship. Didn't quite work out. All good.
Yeah.
My Lily was talking to the boy. Not doing so well. My cousin Lane, she was like having some baby daddy issues.
Yeah.
Rainey was going through with her boyfriend. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
It was just like, it's funny because my stepdad has talked about like how. Oh, shout out to the Woo is what he calls it.
The Woo,
it's
not Pop Smoke Woo though, right?
No.
we're not cripping in here though.
I'll do the crip walk right now.
Yes, sir.
But he was like, before I moved, he was talking about how we're transitioning towards a time where all this energy's come together. Everyone's just been at home for so long, and how this energy's going to come together and kind of collide, and it's going to make all these emotions like just no one's going to understand what's going on. And like when I got home, I was like, this is that moment.
Really?
Because like everyone's crying, drama.
Yeah.
But, like my goal is like, if I'm going through it, like I'm still trying to remain as level-headed as possible. Like,
we have to, because what good does it do if you don't?
Yeah, exactly. And like that's kind of like, I'm not the oldest in my family, but like I'm the
You're kind of the alpha, right?
Kind of the captain. And I feel like obviously I want what's best for my family, my friends, and just like in order for me to be the, I got to be the best version of myself.
Yes.
In order so I can help.
Well,
them.
you're a role model.
Thank you. You
that's why you have to be. You have to play that role.
Yeah.
So you told me that you just said that you had a relationship that didn't work out, right? Is that what you were just saying? Did I catch that?
Yeah.
So was it a long-term thing, or it was just a long-distance thing?
It was just. Hopefully she's not watching.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
The whole world's watching, bro.
I know. All 2 million subscribers.
Yeah.
But it's just an old-time friend.
Yeah.
And like, so we started hanging out like right before I moved. Super sweet girl. But distance is like, what can you do 30 hours plus hours away?
Yeah.
So it's like.
It's not fair to either one of you, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. And like before I moved, I was like, no chance I want a distance relationship. And then I moved and it's like, I ain't no friends, bro.
You got lonely.
I was just comfortable, like, talking to people I know. And so, I just got home and just got clarity, and I felt very relieved.
Yeah.
To be able to, like, okay, we're moving forward.
Yeah.
I can finally enjoy myself a little bit, be without any guilt or anything.
Yeah,
so.
good. So what do you do in Texas other than school?
Cry.
No.
So, like, my average week, I guess, would just be, like, wake up, go to the gym, come back, go to school, study till about 5 or 6, make some dinner. Always got to have an afternoon nap.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. My naps are about between 2 and 5 minutes.
2 and 5 minutes?
Literally.
My
Literally.
naps are between 2 and 5 p.m.
No, when I say when people say power nap, that's a fucking power nap.
I've heard that. Like, this one guy I was listening to, he puts his feet up against the wall or like on a couch or something.
Yeah.
He just lays down on his back, and it's kind of like just the blood flows right to your brain, and just he said he can just take super quick power naps and feel really good.
That's for me. That's all I can take. But that's all. Oftentimes, sometimes it's like I'll wake up and I'm like, Raj, how long did I sleep? Fucking 32 seconds. What do you mean? It felt like a lifetime right there. But seriously, a power nap, that's what it is. It's a power nap, and it really, really helps for me. Sorry, I didn't mean to go onto that tangent, but so when after you graduate, are you staying in Texas, or are you coming back to Oregon? Or are you not even decided yet?
I think I'm going to be taking my talents to Oregon.
Nice. Nice.
Nothing for sure. I need to talk with my uncle.
Okay.
Just kind of about what I should do, what my steps should look like.
Yep.
Because it's going to be pretty hard. It would be really hard just to jump into a practice right away.
Yeah.
So if it was okay with him, it would be super cool if I could just graduate. I don't really want to live in Texas. It's just way too hot for me, honestly.
Yeah.
I just miss the mountains and the trees. But I would love to come home, maybe just go live in Grants Pass for a year, just work under him, just become super solid, and then open up my own practice. I could open up like a satellite of his practice, so it's like under his name.
Yeah.
But I mean, everybody kind of wants their own practice.
Of course. I mean, that's should be the desire, the point, I would think.
Rather Oregon or Montana.
A lot of people are moving to Montana. I know a lot of people. Really? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Nice. Do you have people there, or
it's my cabin?
Oh, okay.
It's my grandma's cabin.
Oh yeah. I remember seeing some pictures maybe a year ago or something. You guys were hunting there. Dude, you went there.
It's seriously unreal.
Yeah.
Just middle of the Rockies, in the middle of a canyon.
Yeah.
River flowing right on the back side of it.
Beautiful.
Just no one's there.
Yeah.
It's just like, so me and my buddies will go.
So are you like off grid there?
No service. My grandma, I'm kind of mad. My grandma is getting Wi-Fi put in.
Oh,
and it's just like one of those things, like, that's cool.
Distraction.
It's like, now it's like, I could go, like, my uncle goes there too, and he was like, well, now I can work there, maintain the house. But it's kind of defeats the purpose.
It does, yeah.
Because we would always have to, like, every night we would just drive into town, like 40-minute drive just to get service.
Oh shit!
Go to like the bar just so we can have some food and catch up. But
that sucks.
We're still going on our 20-mile hikes, like up the mountains.
Really?
Like 10 in, 10 out.
Ooh, damn, that's cool though.
It's cold water, glacier water.
Yeah. So in that area it snows a lot. Right.
We usually go in August,
but in wintertime.
I haven't been there in the winter in a long time, but you really got to be careful when you drive, and you'll slide off. And my grandma's like rolled her truck.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah.
That sucks.
I don't know if she was driving.
Oh,
but, it was just like you got like, even if it's not raining, you still got to be pretty careful. It's like gravel roads.
Yeah. So there's no pavement, no nothing. So it's essentially off grid. So did they put that road in then? Like when they got the cabin, they got the property, did they actually physically do the road?
There's like other people who live off the road. So there's like there's like ranches and stuff, and then there's like a super small like Bible college. Yeah. And if you keep going past all that, there's like a gate, and there's only like 5 people who live beyond the gate.
Oh, okay.
And so like they bought this in like 92, and
probably for a fucking killer deal too.
Like I think the property's like $25,000.
Really?
Yeah.
Jesus, how much property is it? Do you know?
25 acres.
Really?
But it's like the acres count as like you're like the whole mountain, like so it's like you can't really explore that.
Yeah.
But then like anything behind it is just like free game. But like obviously you just like you can be respectful of people's property.
Well, isn't there some sort of law or rule in the books that you can like access through people's property without getting
Yeah, so there's hikers all the time, just like walking on the hikes, and because there's like if you go down, cross the bridge, go up the hill, then it's like a national forest, or, some shit like that. But like, we wouldn't ever go out there and just shoot guns. But
do you go there to hunt? When you go, or do you just go there to?
I'm not a real big hunter. Like I want to get into. I went hunting like this past fall before I moved, and it was super fun. We didn't even see anything, but just getting up early before the sun comes up and just being outdoors.
See, I've never hunted either. I was a city boy, so I never got the.
I'm a cul-de-sac cowboy, as my dad would say. So, but my buddy Ethan and like Tyson, Tyson's with Rhett all the time. He's helping them work out his house, and they're big into hunting, and like they just both got black bears.
Wow,
and,
nice.
like, my friend Ethan, he's going for elk.
Cool.
So it's like I was supposed to go bear hunting with him like yesterday.
Really?
I was just like tired, and I had like other family friends coming over to visit me. So it's exciting. Like I understand. Like a lot of people have a misconception. It's like, oh, you're just murdering animals, but it's like it's just. I don't even know how to explain like the energy transfer from like you, and then like obviously like treating the bear with care.
Yeah.
The animal with
well,
care,
it's a respectful thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's I don't want to say it's like a tradition, but it's just kind of like.
Well, and I know what you're talking about because for me, I'm not big on like sport hunting, like going to fucking Africa and killing these majestic beasts just to put them on their fucking wall.
A bunch of money.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to judge people for doing that shit, but to me, that's the disrespect. When you go out and you hunt an animal for food, and regardless of if you keep the fucking head and the skin, whatever, that's cool, but hunting is better than what they do to fucking cattle and chicken and all that shit. You know what I mean? It's like it's natural. It's a circle of life.
Yeah, and there's a certain amount of tags.
Yeah.
So it's like it's maintaining the population.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
I've taken like a couple ecology, like it's like biology classes, but it's like evolution, ecology. And those are like some of my favorite classes to learn about.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily directly applicable every day for me, but
it's good to know things.
Yeah.
It's good to know shit. Like when I was in school, I like to just learn shit.
Yeah.
Just to learn it because it's like, okay, well, I didn't know that. Now I do.
Yeah. And like my favorite part of being not in school, not right now this term, but it's just like teaching myself things.
Yeah.
Like, I love YouTube. I love just like everything I know about crypto or blockchain is 100% like on my own.
Yeah.
Like
self-taught.
Like I never had. So it's like kind of glad I have Rhett because Rhett's like my real estate guy now. It's like I don't really know anything about real estate. I don't even know what a mortgage is, man. I'm picking up on it, but like the crypto, like I never had anyone to like walk me through like how to set up a wallet, how to do all these cool things. So it's like that's kind of why I do it. It's because like I want to go, I want to fail a few times, so that like you can help someone else. It's just like this is the least path of resistance. This is like the most secure. Yeah. So
that's cool. So that being said, you came to my house and educated us on some of that too, and I appreciate that.
No, I love that actually. Like I was talking to my stepdad about that. I was like telling him I was coming on, and I was telling him how I came over that one time, and he's like, "Oh," because I was telling him about like your wife and kids, and I was just like, he's like, "Oh, it's Raj, Rajnita."
Rajnita, yeah.
Okay, shout out Rajnita. But he was like, "Oh, like." Did she know what was going on?" I'm like, dude, she was asking a bunch of questions. Yeah. She was super involved.
Yeah.
She asked about gold and silver or something like that. And I love gold and silver. I don't have any gold just because, like, if you're going to buy something.
Is it losing value?
No. I would just say it's like I'm a poor college kid.
Okay.
And pretty much, like, the best premium price is, like, you have to buy an ounce or more.
Gotcha.
And, like, that's, like, $1,600.
Okay.
So I just buy ounces of gold every so often. Or no, ounces of silver.
Silver, yeah. Okay. So, let's go back to your lifting. I want to know what you're doing.
Ain't nothing. No, yeah, so I was when I was at home, like those 3 months, like December to March.
Yeah.
I was hitting it really damn hard.
Yeah.
Like, I was just taking my supplements. Like, it was just so routine. Just go up, wake up at like 5 a.m., meet Rhett there, go a little bit after him, and it was so good. Like, I was hitting PRs, and my bench was getting pretty big. My shoulders getting a little bit.
What was your bench, if you want to say?
We did a max. Like, I got all my buddies to come down to Fairstone. We did a max, and my max that day was like 245.
Nice.
But I've done 225 for like 6.5.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's respect. That's good.
But once I moved to Texas, like, it was just tough to like get into new groove, and like it's easy for me when I live at home because like Fairstone is like a minute away from my house. I just get up, roll out, and I drive to my school gym. It's like 7 minutes, and it's like I'm just kind of a bomb, So I was on like my brother's workout plan because he's a personal trainer, and so like I was on that for a while. Just kind of got a little bit, not bored of it, but like I just didn't have a workout partner, and I feel like those are good workouts for a partner.
Yeah.
And then so I met my buddy down there, and I started going with him. I just do what he does, and he just kind of like smaller, isolated.
Yeah. More kind of bodybuilding
so,
stuff or what?
Or
just working out.
We're just trying to look good for the girls.
There you go.
We're just trying to be able to do some adjustments. High velocity, low amplitude.
True, right?
But it's been good. Like, we don't... Like,
not as consistent as you want? Or
not as consistent. Like, especially down the back stretch, just because, like... And it's like, he's not a morning person. I'm a morning person.
Oh.
And, like, he lives farther away, so, like, he's my ride.
Yeah.
So, like, if he doesn't wake up, then it's like... Oh my gosh, shit, I'm not going to the gym today.
Yeah.
Like so he'll go in the afternoon, and I'll just be like,
too fucking hot then, right?
Too hot.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of a bum, I'll be honest. But
yeah,
just definitely gonna get back when I want to move and just boom, hit that.
Well,
shit
I have to work out before work, or else it won't happen.
Yeah.
Like, I wear myself. Yeah. I wear myself out at work. You need this? Oh, you're good. You're still lit.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah, well, currently right now I'm not training specifically for anything. Like, I'm not with Devin right now. Yeah. So this competition on Saturday, I'm not competing. I'll go there and watch and help in whatever way I can, but I'm not going to be competing. Is Bailey?
Bailey's
we did mention that. I can't wait. I can't wait to see. Is she competing for nationals, do you know?
Who was it about this? I think I'm sure she could go. I don't. Yeah. I need to talk to her a little. I was gonna ask for her numbers and the split, the 3 combined total.
Well, yeah. So in order to qualify,
you know more about me.
I don't know. Well, I don't know what number she needs for her age and weight bracket. Yeah. But generally, it's because you got the 3 lifts, you got squat, bench, deadlift, and you have to get a certain amount of points. Yeah. To qualify for nationals. Yeah. Which is not horrible. Last year I qualified in 2 different weight classes. I didn't end up going to nationals, but
I was listening to your podcast it's Mickey.
Mickey, yeah.
Mickey the Chick.
Yeah, yeah.
Shout out Mickey. But you were saying like you didn't want to go because like if you weren't going to set any records.
Yeah. So and I was not trying to talk down on anybody for going just to go, but it is expensive because this one was in where the fuck was this one? It was in
Vegas. Oh
yeah, it was in Vegas.
I don't know.
Yeah, there was one. Yeah, it was in Vegas, and that wouldn't have been too expensive. But I don't personally want to spend the money for the airline, the hotel, the food, and all that shit just to go there, just to go to nationals. Yeah, I want records.
Opportunity.
Yeah, well, I mean I can get records at home, and the I was at 165 weight class, and the dude that had the records. Fuck.
9 million pounds.
Dude, this motherfucker is insane. Yeah. Like, he's my age, my weight, benching 340. I can't fucking do that shit. I won't be able to do that shit.
Yeah.
So, he was an owner of a powerlifting gym too. So I'm like, okay, well, no, I'm not going because I can't get records. It would have been cool to go to nationals and feel the energy of it to get the experience, but it's just not necessary for me. I like to lift at home at FS. Because that's where my people are. Yeah. That's where the vibe is. That's where the energy's at. Exactly. So it's like, I was telling Austin his first competition, he went to the coast. Yeah. And in my opinion, that was a mistake. He should have lifted at home for his first one because that's where your people are at. That's where you're comfortable. That's where you train.
Yeah. I kind of have a weight competition body, you would say?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
No, I do not.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with the way you look. There's nothing wrong with your body.
If I was at Forever Strong,
yeah,
I'm hitting some numbers. I would hope,
yeah,
I miss Forever Strong a lot, and just coming to the gym, seeing Rhett, bullshitting with Rhett in the morning, seeing you, Dev, Austin,
Well, it's the thing is if you don't go to FS, if you go to other gyms say Pursue or something like that, which is a great gym. That's a great gym. But then you go to FS, you got to get used to FS. You got to get used to the gym
Yeah.
of FS. This is a powerlifting gym. Everybody's welcome, so I don't want to scare people, but coming from a commercial gym to a more private style gym, it's different. It's different. But once you get accustomed to that style of gym, and then you go somewhere else, it's like, I can't fucking roll with that shit. I mean, I've been to a couple other gyms, and these gyms are perfectly fine. They're great gyms, but they're not FS.
Yeah.
They're not FS, and FS just has everything that I love about it. Just the whole environment, the free weights, the turf, all that shit.
Yeah.
So it's like it's so different. So when you go to another gym, it's like, fuck.
Yeah. Dev, Vic, and Molly, you guys got to put that basketball hoop back in there.
do they have one in there? That was probably before my time.
Oh, yeah. So I've been going to Forever Strong since like I was in 8th grade.
Nice.
Like, and they were at their first location.
Yeah.
And like
where was that?
It was off Main Street.
Okay.
I don't even know if those buildings are, like the building that's in now. Like that. Those like kind of buildings and structures around it.
Oh yeah.
It was on those same ones, but off Main Street.
Okay.
Kind of by Kona Cafe, maybe.
Oh, like right across the street from there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like one of their first kid
members. Yeah.
So I was like working out with like other like Cody Anderson. You know Cody Anderson?
Yeah.
I was working out with him.
I know of him. I don't know him personally, but
a couple other girls, and then like my brother would go, and he was with like the high schoolers. But it wasn't even through thirsting. Yeah, it was just like, trying to get better.
Yeah.
And they had the basketball hoop, and,
nice.
I would just go in there to shoot hoops. So.
Right. Well, they got boxing, so that's.
I need to pick that up. That's great.
Yeah. That's great cardio and conditioning. Yeah. Absolutely. Ryan mostly does that. Ryan and Devin.
Yeah. Shout out Peds.
Yep. Yeah. I love him.
Awesome.
So, what else? Do you have anything that you want to talk about specifically?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
I could go on and on about some things, but
yeah. Well, let's go, we're almost at an hour. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. Any closing thoughts?
About what?
Anything, whatever's on your mind.
Just go out there and read your books.
Yeah.
I like to read a lot.
Yeah. Like what type of books? Get educated in something,
I love
right?
like self-help books.
Yeah.
I read like the David Goggins book. And that really just like, I remember that was like a really driving force for me. Just like
really
go out there and do hard things and just like get out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm a big comfort zone guy.
Yeah. A lot of people are.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of people don't achieve the goals that they want.
Your life begins at the end of your comfort zone.
That's facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
So.
And that's so true. And so many people don't realize the rut that they put themselves in when they put themselves in this comfort zone.
Yeah.
And we talk about that a lot because I'm a business owner. I'm self-made. Well, us made. My wife and I have made us.
Yeah.
But we did it.
Yeah.
We did it through grinding, through trial and error. Because I don't believe in a comfort zone. Discomfort. I find comfort in discomfort.
Yeah.
And it's not that I'm some sort of freak that likes pain and suffering. It's not that. It's you learn. The learning curve is outside of that comfort zone, like you just fucking pointed out.
Yeah.
And that's so important, especially for young people.
Yeah. And like I'm a big believer that like everything does happen for a reason. Like, there's this one story like Dan Bilzerian. That's how I heard it from, but it's like about a Chinese farmer.
Okay.
And I'm probably gonna butcher the story a little bit, but it's just kind of like, his son got a new horse, and everyone in the town is like so happy for him, like, oh, so glad he got the new horse, and the farmer's like, yeah, maybe, and then like his son falls off the horse, breaks his leg, and everyone in the town is like, oh no, we feel so bad for him. He's like, yeah, maybe it is. And then like the next day, like the army comes in and says we need to draft all these people, and he can't go because of a broken leg, and everyone in the town is like, oh, you're so lucky, we're so happy for him. And he's like, maybe. And then just kind of, I think it goes on and on after
everything
that.
lined up.
Like, everything does happen for a reason. So
Yeah.
Try to just take it with a grain of salt and just try to keep level-headed and just keep moving forward.
Yeah. Manifest your own reality.
Seriously, like that's kind of why I like to write. I do like my daily journal where I'll just write whatever I did. Not really my thoughts, just like what I did. It's like I want to go back. I'm like, oh, this day I did this. And like when I look back at it, it's just like, every day was a good day.
Yeah.
You know, I've done some great things. I have great opportunities in my life. I obviously just want to kind of accomplish them.
Yeah.
And then I write my bulletin. I have a lot of fun with that.
How often do you put that out now? It seems like weekly, right? Is it weekly or every other week?
Saturday, 8 a.m. Central Time.
Okay. Really?
Yeah, I like to get up early. And just
yeah. No, that's good. So it's weekly.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I do like one other thing. It's called like my dream book. And it's basically just like, you know, each week I try to do it on Sunday. So I'll do a newsletter on Saturday, dream book on Sunday. Wake up, get my coffee, just get my day started. And it's just like, I write down my hopes, goals, desires, financial goals.
Hell yeah.
Personal empowerment goals, objectives, yada, yada. And then like at the end, I always do like person of the week. I'll do like a place of the week. And I'll just put a picture of my mom. And then I'll just write a couple bullet points. Like
brilliant.
What I'm so grateful for.
Yeah.
And like I miss her and love her, you know. So.
That's how you manifest shit.
Yeah,
That's how you manifest shit. I tell people all the fucking time, lists. Make a list.
Yeah.
I'm like daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, 5-year, 10-year. You should know what you want to do in all of those. And it's beautiful. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
That's brilliant because that's how you create your fucking reality.
Yeah.
You, with all the bullshit going on, if you have that focus and that drive and that list that you can check things off, you're going to accomplish everything you want to accomplish.
Yeah.
So,
and
cool.
it's also just kind of like making your image.
Yeah.
You know, like I want to be a cool chiropractor. I kind of dress like a cool chiropractor. You know, it's like,
yeah.
If you want to be, I don't even know, whatever you want to be.
Whatever.
Just like try to fit the script, and then everything will just kind of come into play.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you have to embody your role.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the reality. Like, you know, I have so many different personalities. Who am I going to be today? But it's whoever you embody.
Yeah, exactly. And just kind of who you're around. Like, I'm such a quirky, goofy.
Yeah.
I think I said quirky. I meant to say quirky.
It's all right.
But, you know, just funny kid. But, like, I just know when it's time to sit down, be focused.
Yeah.
Like, lock in, I can do that.
Yeah.
And some people just can't do that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and like you said, the people that you're around, you surround yourself by is kind of who defines you, what defines you at times.
Yeah, and that's why, honestly, I'm really blessed. Obviously, I have a great family. Like, when I think about it, like, whenever I get stressed out or, like, anxious or whatever, I just, like, think about giving, like, a thank you speech to, like, my friends, my family.
Then
like,
you should.
And it's just, like, I can't wait for the day where I actually get to say this out loud because it's, like, it just means a lot to me, helps me kind of get through some things.
Yeah.
I've always had, like, great friends. Like, my friend, you know, Lily comes home, she's talking about friend drama. I was like, I've never really, like, lost a friend. Like, maybe we don't communicate every day, but it's like, it's all love. Like,
Yeah.
I have great friends. They got good jobs. Like, they know that, like, I'm here for them. I know they're here for me. So
That's important because I think everybody that you care about, they should know.
Yeah.
Literally know. Like, as in you literally tell them.
Yeah.
You know, I had a buddy that died a few years ago. He was my road dog. He was we went through dirt together. We were fucking close, but we separated through years because of life.
Yeah.
But there was always that text or message, I love you, I miss you. And sometimes that's all it was. Love you, miss you, hope you're doing good. You know, get back to him, he'd get back to me.
Yeah.
And then he died. And it's like, I don't have that anymore. That was the one fucking friend. Now I have very fucking small. I know a lot of people.
Exactly.
I have a lot of associates, a lot of friends, but there's a very small amount of people that I actually share that shit with. And those people are the ones you got to fucking tell them. You got to tell your people you love them. You got to tell everybody you love them because I have love for everybody.
Yeah.
I may not like everybody at times, but I love everybody. I fucking hate humans, but I love people.
Yeah.
Humans are parasites, but people are beautiful.
Yeah, I love people, and that's kind of like why I want to be a chiropractor. It's like I want to help people. I want to make my community stronger. I want to like help everyone. But before I moved, I was going through that same thing. It's like, shit, dude, I can't move away and not like make sure I tell all my friends.
Yeah.
And like the girl I was talking to, just like make sure everything's out, make sure she knows, you know, just so there's no unfamiliar territory.
Yeah.
It was good. My friends thought it was kind of crazy. You know, I'm like, hey man, like, I love you, bro.
Yeah.
And like, it's not something we normally would say, but it's like, they know I know.
I mean, the real honestly, bro, I think masculinity is strong enough to say that shit.
Yeah.
Like I tell people, I love you, man.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of that shit.
Yeah.
It's not, that's where it's like you got to strengthen your masculinity to be able to be sensitive. That's a true, in my eyes, true masculine male is to be vulnerable and soft and, you know, because we don't always have to be hard. We don't always have to be badass. We don't always have to be mean. We should never be mean unless we need to be mean, but.
Yeah. Stay hard. That's what Goggins would say.
Stay hard.
But, no, I agree. Like, I'm a huge softie. Like, when I come home, like, just me and my sisters pretty much. It's just like, I've said, it's hot girl summer like 40 times, you know? And, like, I'm just goofy. Just love hanging out with them. And it's been good to be home because, like, it just made our relationship stronger, even stronger than it was. And
that's good.
Yeah, so I really had to work on my communication when I moved. Just, like, being
staying
straight,
in touch.
direct, concise. Make sure I'm always calling my family. And,
yep. Yeah. Well, the distance is that. It's distance.
Yeah.
It creates that wedge, but it doesn't have to.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to, so.
That's why I think, like, your daughters moved down the road.
Yeah.
Like, my first time I moved to Corvallis.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Like, it's perfect. I don't know if they ever want to move out of state, but, like, that's perfect. You're just close to home.
Yep.
But you have your own place.
Well, you know, the funny thing about that is Aaliyah and Jonah actually were very, very, very close to moving to Texas. Because he could have got job transfer in Texas, right? He works for the airport. Okay. He's getting his pilot's license. So he's very focused on his career that he wants.
So he can fly me around?
Yeah, he can fly me around too. But so they were close to moving to Texas, like literally looking for jobs, looking for places.
What part?
I can't remember.
There's a lot of parts.
There's a lot of parts. Texas is fucking huge.
Yeah.
But anyway, so you know we have Nipsey.
That's the new dog. Ish.
Well, yeah. So he's about a year now.
Okay.
He's almost a year. We've had him since he was 12 weeks old. But we had Nipsey, and they lived with us. They both fell in love with Nipsey, and so Aaliyah wanted to get her own dog, right? So we got Lulu. Lulu is Nipsey's wife.
She's with them.
No, she lives here, but they take her when they have a day off.
Yeah. Because
she wakes up early in the morning and blah blah blah. Anyway, so the trick to keep them in Oregon was I let her buy Lulu.
Yeah.
Which cost a couple thousand. Basically, it cost whatever money they had to move.
Their net worth is in this dog.
It's in this dog, so they couldn't move to Texas. So they live down the road.
Perfect. I'm gonna take note of that when I'm a dad.
Yes. So that was strategy. Yeah. That was strategy. But because I mean, imagine fucking, you know, your child lives with you her entire fucking life, and then all of a sudden she wants to move 1,200 miles away. And I was encouraging it. I wasn't discouraging it. I wasn't like, no, you guys can't move. You shouldn't move. Because if you want to spread your wings and fly, I support that 100%. But I strategically made it to where
I like that.
They're stuck here, which was for the best.
Yeah. Like what I like to say is like nothing's permanent. So
yeah.
You can go, test it out, come home, do what you need to do. Like my buddy Jacob.
Yeah.
He just moved to like Redmond, like not that far, but again, it's just like I had just moved. He was getting ready to move.
Yeah.
You know, he's always just been close to home, which like it's 2 hours, so it's like not that big a deal. But I just remember it was kind of hard for him, just to be like, damn, I got to go move to a whole city like by myself.
Yeah.
You know, so. But he just takes time.
Yeah.
So now he's loving it. He does a good job.
Well, and they'll eventually move, but this is baby steps.
Yeah.
Baby steps. You don't want to fucking, in my opinion, it's like you've been dependent on people your entire life.
Yep.
They have independence now where they're close if something happens.
Yep.
And then now that you guys have, because part of my parental strategy also by allowing Jonah to live with me, who is her boyfriend, is they're under my fucking roof.
Yeah.
It's the safest place for them to practice cohabitation as a couple under my roof.
Yeah.
You know, and a lot of parents would look at that and think that's not smart. Yeah. You don't let your 17-year-old with her 18-year-old boyfriend live together and stuff like that. But
traditional.
Well, the thing is it's not really. But it is.
For your situation.
Well, if you think about it, it's it's the smartest thing to do.
Yeah.
Because if they just moved out on their own, imagine they would fucking destroy each other in fights. So they had to learn how to get to know each other in a safe environment where they couldn't just go off the handle, kick one another out, blah blah blah, this, that, or the other.
Close
they
quarters.
they were able to practice being a couple.
Healthy.
Yeah. And now they're on their own doing great.
Yeah.
Because they've already gotten a whole year living together. They were able to learn how to be together in a safe environment, and now they're on their own and doing brilliantly. So
Good for them.
yeah. So I mean, shout out to me for being such a great parent.
Shout out, Mike.
And Raj. Good job,
Shout
Raj.
out Raj. Mostly Raj.
Yeah, mostly Raj. Yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah. Young relationships.
Oh fuck.
Seriously, it's just like, again, with my sisters, it's just like coming home and just like telling me about like their boyfriends. And, like,
Yeah.
hey, that's like, seriously, like you don't need to be even entertaining that. Like,
Yeah.
they're just 17-year-old boys or whatever. It's like,
Yep.
They're all immature.
Yeah.
Life will move on.
Yep.
It's not the end of the world.
Well, and that's part of, like, with Jonah being here, he learned to be mature because I was able to be a really positive male role model for him
And you'd kick
in the
his
house.
ass.
Well, that he knew that too. So there's that. But at the same time, he learned to temper himself
Yeah.
and respect boundaries. And they learned to respect boundaries also, because I wouldn't let her just disrespect him.
Yeah.
You don't disrespect him, just like I wouldn't want him to disrespect you.
Yeah.
You practice that shit now. You practice to temper yourself.
Yeah.
Learn patience. You only learn patience through trial and error of impatience.
Exactly.
So young couples, they're young, but I mean, our bodies are designed to start out young.
Yeah.
You know, it's this century, women are getting older before they have kids. They're waiting to marry. They're waiting because they want their career. But think about it. A century ago, young couples that's natural.
They were young.
They were young, you know, and we've kind of put this stigma on, well, I don't like pedophiles, so I don't even want to promote that type of shit. I don't want some 40-year-old trying to get with my 15-year-old type of shit. But you kind of understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, if there's any pedophiles listening, you can come to my house and we can sort this out.
Yeah. Wood chipper.
45.
Yep. Then a wood chipper.
No, but yeah, it's hard for kids to communicate.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I've just never been a good communicator. It's kind of like high school relationships kind of
Yep.
fall apart because like I was not a good communicator. I don't really express my feelings, but it's really important to like be able to
Yeah.
set boundaries, and,
Yeah.
like, expectations, and like, are you moving towards something?
Yeah.
If not, it's just fun, you know.
Yeah.
But a lot of these kids just get caught up. It's just like, oh my gosh, we're 17 years old. We're gonna be together forever. It's like,
Yeah.
no chance.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean, for
no.
yeah.
It's fine. Yeah. If they make it, I hope they make it.
Yeah,
But if they don't, at least they're working on it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, at the same time, young couples with a certain type of mentality is often a reflection of their parents, right? You know what I mean? So if their parents are constantly fighting and bickering and never coming to a resolution in an argument, these young people are learning that shit.
Yeah.
Right? For our daughters, you know, we didn't necessarily fight in front of our kids. There were certain things that we didn't do in front of our kids purposefully.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you want to be able to have disagreements with your children. I'm not like sit here and watch your mom and I disagree on stuff. The situation happens. Be open and honest about it, because they need to see that you have this disagreement, but you can also come to a resolution without anger, without violence. And of course, I get angry. Everybody gets fucking angry.
Yeah, exactly.
But you got to be mature enough, because you're a fucking role model.
Yeah.
And that's where, I mean, any young person who has children young, they're still learning to themselves.
Yeah.
So that's a scary thing. I don't want them to have kids, or of course I'd love them to have kids, but I want them to wait. Not right now. Yeah, because they have careers that they want to figure out.
Yeah. And I would love to have some kids.
Yeah.
You know, like
How many kids?
all of them.
As many as you can, right?
3 to 5.
Really? Damn.
I come from a big family.
Yeah. So you're used to that. You
So-
like that.
Maybe closer to 3.
Really?
But I kind of like my uncle. He had kids in chiropractic school. He was like married, and he got married pretty early.
Yeah.
But he was just telling me, this is like, when you go to school and you come home, it's just nice to have like that switch up.
Yeah.
You know, have something completely different. And he had other students telling him like, you're crazy for having kids. He's like, you're crazy for like wanting to go out and party. Like, when we, and obviously like his wife is, my aunt is like super nice, like super helpful. She's like master's in education, so they homeschool their kids, and like that's kind of what I want to do.
Smart. So I want to get my kids out as soon as possible, so I can enjoy my, I can go golf. Well, and that's where you kind of want to have kids while you're young-ish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if you wait till you're 30, you're going to be a fucking old parent. Well, not necessarily. Maybe not 30. Like when you're 40. You start having kids at 40, you're going to be an old fucking parent.
Yeah. I want to be like...
And then you're way out of touch.
Yeah, because then it's like... I mean, the culture just shifts so quickly.
Yeah.
Technology and stuff, so it's like all the kids growing up now are just so used to... Oh, my first phone's going to be an iPhone.
Yeah.
My first phone is the crappiest Nokia that you can possibly find.
Yeah.
It's perfect. I feel like kids should have to go through that and like...
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Now they just got everything right in front of them.
My generation was the starting of cell phones.
Yeah.
It's like we had pagers before cell phones. Do you even know what a pager is?
I can't tell you.
So a pager is a little thing that you clip to your belt, and somebody could call the pager, and then it would show the number. So it'd be beep, 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 and it would just show the number. You can look at it, and then you'd have to go to a fucking pay phone, or if somebody had a phone, you'd call them back.
Yeah.
The first pager I got, it wasn't even set up on a network, but my buddy and I would walk through past a group of girls and just set it off, so it was like we were getting calls all the time. Beep, 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 beep. Nobody was calling, but I would be beep, 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 beep.
That's like me when I'm at the gym.
Yeah, flexing.
I pass some girls and I just open the calculator app and I'm just like typing.
Acting like you got people, right?
I'm looking at the weather app, like scrolling.
That's a big flex. Oh man, but yeah, this it's funny because like a lot of my kids didn't even know they didn't know what a pager was. I actually just showed Izzy yesterday. We were over at Rajnita's parents' house.
Yeah.
And I showed her how to use a phone book. Did you ever use a phone book?
Not personally, but like our pressure washing company's A1.
Yeah. So they were front. Yeah. So
I understand. Like,
so you have a concept of it.
Order.
Yeah. So, but that's funny because because it used to be that's how you got somebody's number, which is actually kind of creepy if you think about it.
Yeah.
But it was for home phones only. Yeah. So it probably unless you want to put your cell phone, you could probably put your cell phone. Yeah. So it could have your address. It can have your phone number.
Does it say your name?
Yeah. Yeah. Because as how it works is it's alphabetical order by last name.
Yeah.
So, and then it would have the first name. So if Rajnita and I were obviously wanted to be in there together, it would say Mike and Rajnita, then our home phone number. And the address if we wanted it. It used to have the address and phone number. Now I think just all I saw was phone numbers because I was showing Izzy this is how you use a phone book because that's how you did. And it's just the weirdest thing to think that your generation has no clue how to use a phone book or stuff beyond that.
Yeah. And like it's kind of just the way technology goes. It just
evolves.
Exponential.
Yeah.
Slows off, exponential, because it's like...
What do you think civilization, the world, will look like in a decade?
1 decade?
1 decade only, right now.
We're looking at...
Apocalypse
2032? 2032, I think...
Do you think the world's going to be burning at that time or better at that time? Nice fucking cigar.
You got to burn it before you can burn it, build it back up, I think.
Yeah. You think that's what's going to happen?
I don't know, about 10 years... and so, like, that's also what I talk about in my bulletin. It's like just being prepared.
Yeah.
You have water. You got food. You got ammunition. You got gold. You got silver.
Well, and the reality is I think personally, monetary value is going to be water, and like seeds to plant, and shit like that. Something that's going to make food. If we go in that direction.
Yeah.
I mean, even gold and silver isn't going to have value because unless you can make something out of it.
It's all about. Oh, I'm a barterer.
Yeah.
So like, my stepdad's huge on like the world is ending, bro. I need a bunker.
Yeah.
He's a little, I wouldn't say extreme, but like he's just really worried, I guess.
Yeah.
But like, you know, we have
rightfully so. I think
we got chickens. We have a lot of food.
Yeah.
Don't come to my house. I was just kidding. We don't have any food. You know, we got a lot of guns, ammunition.
Yeah.
We have like a shipping container, a greenhouse.
There you go. Yeah.
So,
well, and that's it. Like the greenhouse, the seeds to plant food product.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. I think is what if shit hits the fan, that's going to be the monetary value. Stuff like that.
And then like, if you had silver and you came over to our house, like, hey, can I get a dozen eggs and
Yep.
a couple of zucchinis?
Yeah.
Okay, give me an ounce of silver.
Okay, so what would you do with the silver though?
If I got it?
Yeah. Like if there was a barter system and it's like food was a necessity, seeds, eggs, stuff like that. How would you use silver as value?
If, at this point in time, if everything's, you know, but if it came down to it, like, you need water the most. So you could obviously, if someone came to barter, I'd have to make sure it's like a close friend.
Yeah.
Or whatever, and I'd have to, okay, this is how much supply we have.
Yeah. Well, what I mean by that is how would silver be valuable versus like food product or water? Because what would you do? Make it into a knife or a weapon or a bullet or what? Because if you think about it, it's just the metal.
No, and when I first got into it, like that's what I was talking to my stepdad. I'm like, what can I use it? I can't make any. Like I could, but I don't have probably the skills for that.
Yeah. You got to learn some metallurgy, right?
But it's just kind of one of those things. Like if shit hits the fan, and we're never recovering, then there is no value. It's just like whoever has the most amount of brass and water and food. Because like when people are desperate, things are really
even fucking toilet paper. Think about it. Those are the things that you saw when COVID first hit. How fucking people went literally crazy buying massive stock on toilet paper. Yeah. You know, it's like that's the type of shit that what is valuable when shit hits the fan? So say shit doesn't hit the fan. Say everything improves. What do you think the world looks like in 20, 30 years?
20, 30 years. By then, we definitely got everybody on blockchain.
Yeah.
Everybody will know how to use their personal hardware. There's like a wallet, and then you can have like a hardware wallet, which is like you can't make any transactions on it unless you have your hardware wallet, where you can approve the transaction and like share your address with other people. Yeah. And I think it's starting out with NFTs. NFTs are just gonna like catch the culture's interest. Like my entire net worth is in NFTs right now, and like I wouldn't ever tell you, and because the NFTs are on top of Ethereum. Yep. And that's my favorite currency. Okay. And so like basically, I would never tell anybody to like invest. Just jump into NFTs, bro. You'll be fine. Like because 99% of them are just gonna be worthless. Yeah. So it's just kind of like if you know, you know. I don't. That's like the best way I can explain it. Okay. It's like I'm on Twitter. Like I can understand the culture like that. Yeah. Because that's like probably the best place. You could read between the lines. You mean? Like, yeah. Okay. And but those NFTs I hold, it's a trade to get more Ethereum. You know, that's my end goal. Yeah. So it's gonna start off with NFTs. You know, people are gonna be like, "Oh, this is fun," and then like the NFTs are eventually gonna have more utility. So like I have NFTs for like a golf brand. Yeah. And so like what I get access to for holding it is like early and discounted merch, because like they have. I was buying their golf merch before they did NFTs, and I get like a free 2 hours at Topgolf. Nice. I can get invited to like real life golf tournaments. And they just had one in Bandon Dunes a couple weeks ago. Like, that's a super nice course. Like, they would not let me on that course because I'm so bad, you know. But like, you know, everyone is a holder's there. You're a golfer. I try to be. Yeah, shit. I would. I like the swag and the style. Yeah, I wish I would have known. We could have gone golfing. I haven't golfed in years, but I love golfing. Clubs. Oh, you don't? Not with me, unfortunately. Yeah. Rhett does. Rhett, probably back in the Tessie, bro. Yeah. So, but like J.R. Smith was there. So like, there's like, you know, this is it's a big brand. Yeah. So like, I'm just holding the NFTs right now. Okay. I bought 10 of them. Each one was probably like $500. Yeah. And so like, I'm just gonna try to hold them, sell some, keep one for myself. Yep. Get more Ethereum. And then it's gonna develop, and then it's gonna be like decentralized finance. So like, how do you think society is gonna be? Society. well, my biggest thesis is like, you fix the money, you fix all the problems.
Yeah.
And right now it's just like inflation's like killing everyone.
Yeah.
Consumer price index of goods, gas, and like one time I heard like you can't mess with the price of milk, bread, or eggs. And like eggs are expensive.
Yeah.
And like I found that out, you know, being on my own.
Yep.
You know, just how expensive life
Oh,
is.
yeah.
Just to live.
Yeah.
And like I don't have a job, so like I
Yeah.
just see my
You could probably get food stamps though, right?
ain't no chance.
Yeah. No.
Well,
you just don't want to.
I could.
You could, but you just don't want to.
I don't know if it's a moral thing. It's just kind of like
I
someone
understand.
else needs it.
Yeah, no. I get that. Raj and I have we've always fallen through the cracks of not being able to.
Yeah.
Not being able to, because no matter how much money, how little of money we've made in the past, it was just too much for that.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, we got to sacrifice this or that just to buy food, just to put food on the table. But I understand what you're saying with that.
I think, like,
because there are a lot of people that
I
need
think
it.
it's gonna, because like the government, like, they want control, they want dependence. And like, if they're providing your food and your housing, like, then you're gonna do what they say, and like, you're gonna vote for whoever they put in. You know, it's just stuff like that. Obviously, like, I don't know if one person's really gonna change it, but like, you know, it's just, if being in finance, I'm not in finance, but following finance, being in health, it's like, I want these people to get the best healthcare possible. Healthcare is not cheap.
Yeah.
Finances, people are just reckless with their money. They want to flex, you know, some big thing that has no value. All the value's gone as soon as the price tag comes off.
Yep. Well, people seem to want to go towards like a communism type of thing.
Yeah, and they just don't really understand the history of it.
Well, that's what drives me nuts.
I think Hitler was a communist, right? Not, you know, like I should do better on my history, but you know, I would be very happy with having a decentralized monetary network, Bitcoin, where I can live in the woods, you know, and not be bothered. Yeah. But also, it's like I really do enjoy people, so it's just like it's kind of unrealistic for me to like want that life, but
well, I would hope that in 20, 30 years that cars would be flying and, you know, we would be an advanced civilization like we're supposed to be. Yeah. But I think they're holding stuff back from us.
And like, it's kind of cool because like technology is like 10 years ahead of its time. So like, right now, like the stuff that's going to be out in 10 years is being worked on right now. It's kind of I've heard it's even further on than that. I'm sure. Like 50 to 100 years. It very well. I mean,
look at what Tesla's trying to do, or Elon Musk. Yeah, look what he's doing with stuff. I mean, he's a forward thinker for a reason, because that shit is probably already have been in the making for decades. Yeah. You know, and it's starting to slowly trickle out.
Yeah, and like Bitcoin, like they tried, like Bitcoin was like the first one that was successful. And it's just, Bitcoin is perfect. Yeah. That doesn't need to be upgraded. Like, it's perfect. Yeah. I mean, it's just kind of boring. You know, it's just like people don't understand it because, one, it's a lot of technology involved, but like Ethereum, you're doing like all these applications, health insurance, crop insurance, like your car history, NFTs, like anything along those lines can be all built, and like anyone can do it if you have the code and the code is correct. It's not going to fail or be hacked. I mean, the hacks happen, and that's like, we're in the growing stages right now of like finding the best protocols and best projects to, like, you know, gaming's going to be huge. Really? Especially when people can make money from it.
Oh, yeah.
So like,
gaming's already huge.
Gaming is massive. It makes, I don't even know, $600 to $700 billion a year. Wow. Like the gaming companies do. And the owners own nothing. You know, that's the thing. So like NFTs, like imagine I'm playing Fortnite or Call of Duty and you level up and you get a character. Yeah. You own that character. So I can now take that character or whatever it is, the tokens that I won from winning the game, I can go to the decentralized marketplace, sell it for Bitcoin or Ethereum, whatever I want to do, and then just save it. And it may not be a lot of money that you're generating, but it's a lot better than just wasting money in your time.
Yeah, that's true.
Obviously, you get some hand-eye coordination.
Yeah, that's...
So, I'm so excited about the future. Like,
good.
There was a time like when COVID happened, and I was just like, I was like, I think I gotta move in like a year. Like I was just like pretty down. I was just like, everything's shitty right now. And just like, but then once you I started reading books and just like, hey, I'm prepared. I'm not scared. I'm prepared.
Good. Yeah. Be ready so you don't have to get ready.
I mean, yeah. we're not all in the same boat. We're just in the same storm.
Yeah.
So
that's good. Yeah. Well, that's a good place to end it.
I agree.
All right, brother. Thank you.
It's been great. Like, subscribe to the Wandering Mind podcast, or just Wandering Mind?
The Wandering Minds podcast, or Wandering Minds. I'm not even sure.
The Wandering Mind podcast. Shout out Mike Shell for having me on. High Pride Detail. If you need some pressure washing, call A1 Pro Wash.
There you go.
Follow Tovey's Bulletin on Substack.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Health, finance, and vibes.
Awesome. Thanks, brother.
Thank you.
We're out.